Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. When I used to live in Romania as a child, teenager, young adult, I always looked at the United States of America and the West, Germany, France, Great Britain, as being really the countries that will protect freedom of speech, democracy, where you can say things that these guys in the communism do not let you say, and where a contract is a contract. You go and work, you're paid fairly. You have the choice of picking between this employer or that employer, or if you don't want to work for someone, you can open your own business, be an entrepreneur, work hard, and the results would be seen. I don't know if the current situation that I found in the West has always been, or is just an accelerated path to tyranny. I tell you why. I'm very disappointed from what we've been told and appeared to be. Nowadays, things are not at all like that. On the contrary. So I have here this is a personal disappointment. Now, as I said, I do not know if it's always like this, but the media and the information apparatus kept everything under the rug. And now with the internet, we found out more. But I've never heard this kind of statements as nowadays that the leader of the free world utters towards other countries. The demand, the blackmail, the threats, the straight attack, bombardment. And there's no international law anymore. It seems like it's never been, probably. Or really it is an accelerating, degrading path to tyranny. Dangerous, my friends. Dangerous. So I got to understand, while rubbing elbows, shoulders, however you want to call it, here in the West, that really here, and I know I'm going to probably upset some, but this is just an analysis of my direct experience. It seems like in the West, people are willing to sell their parents for a buck, for a profit, for something material. This is my assessment. I know I came from a collectivist society into a very individualistic society. I don't want to call it selfish society. And I understand. I'm all for market, competition, the best should win. But it's not the best wins. Look who is in charge of us. Look who are the guys who are telling us what to do, who are destroying our lives, who are getting us into wars. Those are not the best and the brightest. Then something is wrong. I understand that here it's a clique. It's a clique of people who are very eager to say, we are here, everybody else is down there, we're gonna have an understanding, don't worry. Trump is a prime A platinum example of that kind of behavior. Hey, let these guys here, we're gonna talk later and we fix things. Yeah, fuck them. Let me show you. China is not like that. Russia seems to be not like that. And these guys are trying to apply the same mercantile bazaar mentality of I don't trust anybody unless you show me a buck. That's the value. The value of a person here is not his honesty, his intelligence, his ability. No. It's how much he is worth. How much money. That's because they equate money with necessarily human quality. That's wrong 100%, not 100%, 99%. All right, let me show you. This is an article from the Telegraph. Trump claims she just had a bad moment after mineral crash rocks markets. So Trump thinks that she operates like him, which is today I'm going to bomb those. Tomorrow I'm saying, did I say I'm going to bomb those? No. They think that is like Xi Jinping is like that. I don't think Xi Jinping is like that. He can be a tyrant, a dictator, however you want to call him. It seems to me that the guy is a guy who, as Putin and the evil Russians, if they tell you something, that's going to happen. If I tell you, Michael, you said tomorrow at noon in front of that building, I will be there tomorrow at noon at that building, and I will show up. In the West, even this is considered something stupid, weak. You should be, as Trump says, how does he say that? That he is, that you cannot really grasp him, you know. No! Ein Mann, ein Wort. I told you something. So I think Xi Jinping is like that. And Putin the same way. Putin. All right. So Trump thinks that Xi Jinping just said something stupid and Trump calls him out and Xi Jinping will change. Because Trump thinks that Xi Jinping works in the same way he works. Man, we're going to solve these things. You said I should do that? Okay. Oh, no. Sorry. All right, man, guys, we're going to do it. He thinks he works like that. I don't think Xi Jinping works like that. He might have other defects, all right, but not that. All right, let's move on. Donald Trump has sought to cool tensions with China by claiming Xi Jinping had a bad moment. That means this is a warning that Trump tells, hey guy, you stepped in the wrong direction when announcing new export controls on rare earths and critical minerals. The comments posted on US President's social media site sparked a wave of claims that it proved taco, Trump always chickens out. The problem is not Trump. Well, you go to a war, all right? You say, okay, what do I have? What do we have, guys? Well, we're pretty shaky. Do you know what they have? The intelligence services. Yes, they have that. Oh, shit. So that means they will destroy us. Should we go so we don't chicken out? Or we should say, damn, I shouldn't have said that. So let's turn around and make it like a joke, or he had a bad day. He chickens out because the things that he thinks he has, he bluffs a lot. And the guy's already caught the bluff. The United States of America is not what they think they are and what they say they are, militarily and economically. And they found out. That's the problem. He chickens out. He plays for these baboons. Yeah, man, we're still we're gonna fuck, you know, man, we're in charge. Well, maybe with Lebanon, maybe with the Hamas, maybe, I don't know, not even with Houthis, but with China, Russia, India. You can't even mess with those guys. You've been trying with NATO for almost 4 years, and you did not destroy one country militarily. Don't tell me we didn't want to. They have nukes. What are you gonna do? Economically, China dares to smack us. Why? It's not because Trump is chickening out. It's because he knows that we suck their... You know what? Because we're weak. Who did this to us? I tell you, one guy. His name is William, whatever, Jefferson, whatever his name is, Clinton. Billy Clinton, a saxophone cool guy. Yeah, baby. Yeah, are you still there? That guy with globalism, with NAFTA, he fucked everything up. He was just one guy who gave it to the next one got it, gave it to the next one, and that's where we got. He has nothing. He has just, we build mostly bombs. That's it. Mostly. Look around in your house and tell me what's made in the USA. And keep that and toss everything else out. Lumber is in Canada, just so you know. So you wouldn't have a house to start with. All right. So again, he has nothing to fight with. The only thing he has is bluff. The guys already understand militarily, economically, these guys are not what they claim to be and are bluffing with. So he's not chickening out. He can't fight with anything. What's he going to do? Impose sanctions on China, fight an economic war with China? He knows that we're going to be fucked up in a week. They won't, we will. All right, next one. US to face devastating fallout if China clamps down on rare earths. All right, is it true or not? What are they going to do? Do you think this guy is going to attack this guy? No, he can't. He wouldn't dare. So what is he going to do? The proposed 100% US tariffs on China could trigger a potential nightmare for America's defense and aerospace companies like Boeing, Raytheon, Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, General Dynamics, and SpaceX, according to Jeff J. Brown, author of the China trilogy. Oh, I wish I was in the land of cotton. The American trilogy, Elvis. Okay, bear with me. So, my friends, here it is. This guy is going to destroy us. We don't have the resources. What are we going to do? Not even taking over whatever the Ukrainians have will not fill the gap. And who are these going to be hurt? Right here. The Boeing, Raytheon, Lockheed Martin. These are the big guys in military supply, our manufacturing industry. These guys will tell Trump in a second, stop, and Trump will stop. All right? Rare earth metals, power weapons, aerospace, electronics, renewables, cars, and medicine. So America's military industrial heavyweights are probably squirming right now. China has found America's Achilles heel. They didn't find it. They finally decide to use it in this respect and has got Uncle Sam in a very serious bind. He speculated. I think it's assessment, not a speculation. According to Brown, it will take years for the US to develop its own rare earth sector from mining to processing. America's R&D on rare earth alternatives and recycling is years off, so hiking US tariffs to 100% only gives China more reason to tighten its rare earth chokehold, stressed the pundit. So the point is this. It's not what it is. Here it is. They will not do it. We depend on them more than they depend on us. That's the point. And the Chinese have the power now. They feel strong enough to tell the Americans, we will do it. And the Americans are doing what? Threaten with what? How are you going to threaten China? Militarily, you can't beat Russia. Economically, you need those guys to work for you. What the hell are you talking about? All right, next. And this is, again, the West that I was telling you about. The West that's rational, I thought, democratic and all that. Here it is. Putin could attack European Union at any moment. Germany's top spy. This guy was laughed off. He's an imbecile, just so you know. The Russian president has repeatedly dismissed such speculation as nonsense. Martin Jäger, who took over Germany's Federal Intelligence Services BND last month, told lawmakers in Berlin on Monday that Moscow seeks to destabilize European democracies. First, Europeans are not democracies. They're just delusional. This is what bothers me, and undermine NATO allegations that Kremlin has consistently denied. And I'm quoting this guy. We must not sit back and assume that a possible Russian attack will not come until 2029 at the earliest, he said. At best, there is an icy peace in Europe, which could turn into heated confrontation at any moment. To achieve this goal, Russia will not shy away from direct military confrontation with NATO if necessary, argued. I tell you this, if you send Taurus missiles or Tomahawk missiles to Ukraine, which is going to be operated by you, by Germany and the United States of America, you will have a hot war, maybe nuclear war with Russia. That is correct. I have to remind you that it was not Russia moving westward towards Germany since 1991. It was NATO that moved from Germany, Western Germany, towards its borders, okay, with Estonia, and then nowadays Finland, Norway was already over there. So, my friends, if I approach you with a knife in my hand and I say, I'm okay. No, you're not okay. Not okay. So again, this guy creates panic. He's lying. He's not only lying, he creates panic by lying. So this is the West. I hate it. I'm not going to go to Russia yet, if that was your question. Next one. End of conflict with Russia near at hand. Ex-Ukrainian Prime Minister Yulia Tymoshenko has previously claimed that she was contacted by Trump administration about replacing Vladimir Zelensky. And what happened? I tell you what happened. Trump was smacked like a bitch by his owners, and he was like, ow, 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 left back. Remember when he met Zelensky in the White House, in the Oval Office? That's when Trump was not told, are you crazy, Trump? Remember what we told you before we selected you to win the elections? What are you doing? And since then, Trump is like this. Trump doesn't dare to say anything towards Zelensky, but he threatens Putin and nuclear Russia. Who is behind Zelensky? Must be something that Trump fears even more than a nuclear-armed Russia. Who are those guys? All right. So, the conflict between Kiev and Moscow could soon come to an end, she said. What do you mean? She thinks that providing tomahawks to Ukraine will make the Russians show their white flag and do whatever you want to me? No, they already said we're going to use nukes. It's a possibility. Why? Because Tomahawk missiles can carry nuclear warheads. And the Russian says, we don't know if you strike with a Tomahawk, if it has a nuclear warhead or not. We do not. And you strike inside of us. It's like we send the Kinzhal, conventional Kinzhal, towards, I don't know, London. All right? And they don't know if Kinzhal has nuclear warhead or not. What do you think the English people would say? God damn. All right? So, next one, and the last article right here. This is the West for you. U.S. weighing plot to assassinate Maduro, Politico. United States of America, the free world and free country. Maduro is the president of another country. If he's the dictator, that's none of our business. Zero. It is the Venezuelans, not our issue, right? So this is the killing of the Venezuelan leader could be part of the U.S. President Donald Trump's war on drugs cartels. Sources have said. Well, this is the thing. These guys can designate us, they can designate me as a national threat. Whatever, man. What I'm saying is, I know, inciting, doing this, working for those, I'm like that. This guy's a national threat. Mr. Cosman, arrest warrant right there. Let's go. Where we're going to go? We're going to tell you when we get to Guantanamo. And you're never going to hear from me. Who's going to tell you where I'm at? Who's going to tell you what happened to me? Nobody. The mass media, the same guys in cahoots with these guys. This is the West, my friends. This is the West. I have a question for you. Do you remember or do you know, have you heard about Gonzalo Lira ever? Have you heard about him? Well, Gonzalo Lira had dual citizenship, Chilean and American. He was an American citizen. He died in a Ukrainian prison. Anybody did anything about it? Nothing. Why? He was a journalist. He had the freedom of speech. What did he do? He was killed in the prison, I think. We don't know because these guys in America did not care about that specific U.S. citizen. But they care about the U.S. citizens who are fighting, I don't know, Iran, for instance, in the name of IDF. Dual citizenship. So what's going on over here? So some are U.S. citizens, some are not U.S. citizens, depending on what they say and if the government likes them. Is this the democracy, the free world you learn about? No, this is the same thing the communists acted. The same way. These guys are taking your money smiling. The other guys were taking your money with a frown and smack you. That's the only difference. The end is this. You will lose the money. These guys are nice, still nice, with threats, blackmail, lies, and all that. This is just dangerous. We live in dangerous times. I think this is a very important in the human history, in a Western civilization, which right now is called the Judeo-Christian culture. It's exactly what it is, a Judeo-Christian culture. That's exactly what the West is trying to implement. Not a Greco-Roman civilization. Oh, no, that's too masculine. That's too evidence-based. This is too tough. We need to be a little bit like a shirker, like a weasel. That's how we need to be. And that's called nowadays being smart. Is this what you are? Or do you accept responsibilities? Remember that Roman saying, I don't know it in Latin, fortune favors the brave? No, here is not that. Nowadays is fortune favors the weasel. That's where we are. I'm not going to shut up. I'm not going to shut up. And by the way, just so you know, I'm going to make a video after this, just so you know, about how these guys are trying to stop me. Little by little, little by little. And when they're going to see they can't, they will go to other measures. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I'm not being dramatical. I'm just going to give you facts. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.